Welcome to day 58 of my journey through meditating, inspired by Kyle Cease. Well, today, honestly, I don't know what I'm going to talk about, but I will just start and see what comes. Today I was very surprised at how much energy I had, considering how much food I've eaten during the day. Because I'm trying out different things with my body and seeing how my body responds to different types of eating. And my body's been used to eating 6 small meals a day for some time now, for quite a few months. And I got to last week, I got to a bit of a plateau, so I came across what's called intermittent fasting, and so I decided to give it a go. And so what I've done today is I ate about 8 o'clock last night, and I didn't have any breakfast, I didn't have any lunch, and I didn't have anything to eat until 2 o'clock. And I thought, being an avid person for breakfast, done it regularly for years, I've got to have breakfast. I thought I'd be a lot hungrier than I actually was. And I did my yoga class, and I didn't have any symptoms of feeling dizzy. I didn't have any low energy levels. I didn't feel sick or anything like that. I had a little bit of my stomach sort of telling me that it felt a bit hungry, but it wasn't to such an extent that it was ravenous. And when it came to 2 o'clock when I ate, I actually chose something really healthy, which was some mackerel and some spring greens to eat. And I was actually amazed, because I'm using amazed a lot. I'm having an amazing day, obviously, because I went to the supermarket and I didn't purchase any sugary foods or crisps or anything like that. So my body was obviously not against this type of eating, and maybe my body does like eating this way, where I'm fasting for a longer period of time and then eating. And today has been a day where I've had quite a lot of protein and very, very low carbs, and I love my carbohydrates. And I don't know where I'm going with this, and I suppose I think it's, in a way, finding the right eating frame for you, finding what suits you and tailoring it to you. Now, I've only done 1 day of it, obviously, so it might not be good long term, and I don't know whether it will have any effect or if it's got any effect. But the thing I did notice was my energy levels were still really high. I wasn't ravenous. I was able to go to the supermarket and not even crave any sugary foods or sweets or chocolate. And at one point, going to the supermarket hungry, I would have filled my basket or my trolley with at least some sugary foods of some sort. So that's quite interesting to me. But I am finding now, it's about just after 10 o'clock, I am finding I'm quite tired. And I think I've slept quite well, so I think I'm going to get an early night. And I don't even know what the purpose of this video is, or if there is a purpose, or if it's just me sharing where I am today, and there's no message there at all for anyone. Does there have to be a message? I guess there doesn't. I guess it's just about, this is just my journey. And today's been an emphasis on stroking my hair, obviously, and my nutrition levels. So yeah, it's quite interesting to see how your body responds in different ways, and just trying different ways of doing things, not necessarily following what the people are doing, but finding what's best for you. And that's the same with anything. I think the answers that I find work out the best for me is when I stop stop analysing everything and going into my analysing logical mind, and I just feel my way through them. What feels right for me? What is good for me? What nurtures me? And I guess it's just the message that finding what nurtures you, nobody can tell you what is right, what is wrong. It comes from going within and finding your own answers. And I know the mind will want to try and make sense of things and try and ask the questions and try and come up with an answer that makes sense. But sometimes life doesn't make sense. Sometimes what we do doesn't make sense. Sometimes what we say doesn't make sense. Sometimes not knowing is in fact the easiest path to take, because that's when the pressure gets taken off. It's like if you were going up a roller coaster, and as you start to go on the roller coaster, you start to go up this big hill, don't you, usually, and it's really slow. And if it was fast, you wouldn't feel the anticipation, you wouldn't feel the build-up, you wouldn't feel the worry, you wouldn't feel the excitement about to come. You sort of know that you're going to come down again, but in going up it's a feeling that I know in a way what's going to come, but I don't know what's going to come. And usually most people stay sitting down, don't they? They stay strapped on the seats and they finish the ride and they get off. And it's not normal for people to try and stand up when they're on that roller coaster. And it's a little bit like life. Sometimes you come to periods in your life where you're anticipating things that are going to go in a certain way and worried about them, but really when you go down that hill you actually feel the excitement and exhilaration of actually not knowing which way you're going to turn next. So day 57 or 58, ride your roller coaster and have fun. Goodbye.